Nearly there.
I seriously wish you didn't try to make amends with Yuri, but that hopefully won't matter much to my calculations.
Her calculations being she's going to basically kill MC. Is she really going to go out of her way to make peace with Natsuki? They've had some nasty fights, but nothing of this caliber. It's just a tense situation all around. Everyone's mad at each other for something. And Yuri, well, she doesn't have the best social skills. Not like mine or any better, considering I started all this. While Yuri surprised me before, I'm sure she'll do it again. Hopefully I can talk to her before the club starts. This might be poor timing, but I need to know for sure what's up with Yuri's secret. Speaking of poor timing, I need to meet Sayori. Heaven knows we have a lot to talk about as well. Go. It really sucks that I'm really going to have to choose between her and Yuri. I never wanted that to happen.
I completely trust you, Hallie. Beyond a reasonable doubt. I can't really say the same about the others right now. However, I know what must be done. I consider us fortunate that we sorted things out between us yesterday. That's one less important thing to do.
That's true. Yuri tries to shoot me an optimistic smile, but she can tell I'm not really in the mood to return the favor.
Well, I can't blame you for not seeing any upside to our present situation. Truthfully, there probably isn't much other than the understanding we reached. It's all just really unfortunate.
No one did. I just wanted us all to all get along. I didn't know that us growing closer together was going to piss off everyone else.
Well, there's nothing we can do about the past now. I will say, though, I'm glad I got the opportunity to get to know you better. You've been a good friend to me, Hallie. I really can't thank you enough for it.
I can't help but smile at Yuri's compliment. At least we can both go into this with a somewhat good mood.
You know, since we should have some time before everyone starts to show up, would you like to do some reading?
You know it.
Fantastic. I just hope that Natsuki...
Skip. Yuri runs off. We're gonna console her. Comfort Yuri. I take a deep breath and gently put my hand on Yuri's shoulder. Yuri, I know now what it took for you to work up the courage to tell me about this. I know that just to even admit to me, it took a lot of guts. I can't possibly imagine having to deal with what you've been going through for so long. You're a strong person for doing so, but we both know that you can't overcome this problem by yourself. But you're right that we can't keep something like this just between us. This is bad. I don't think anybody's going to commit you to some asylum or anything like that. I doubt that'll happen. I know it may not seem like it now, but everyone at the club cares about you. They want to help you and fix your club. If they didn't care or weren't willing to give you a chance, do you think that they would have showed up at all? As far as I could tell, everyone was respectfully listening to you. You were doing great, but you have to go back and finish telling your story, especially why you're doing this to yourself. And then maybe we can figure out how to get you out of your situation.
I can tell you why I'm cutting.
Please do. Yuri shakily breathes.
I do it as a way of self-control. You remember the story about my middle school friend?
Yeah? You guys were close and then one day she just skipped town and nobody knows what happened to her.
Precisely. I was never the same person after that. I was completely broken inside. My parents weren't around enough to offer me any significant help, but I was able to fake it enough so that they didn't see or send me away. Instead of openly defending myself and being proud of who I was, I opted to fade into obscurity, away from everyone's prying eyes. For the most part, it worked. The bullying and harassment stopped. But I was still lonely and friendless, and I needed an outlet to let out all the pain and hurt I've felt for so long. I needed to control myself against my more darker impulses. I got the idea of cutting because I read about it in a story that happens to relate to me very well.
What was the name of the story?
The Eternal Urge.
I think I've heard of that title before. I heard it's very tragic.
It's certainly not for the faint of heart. In hindsight, a young, impressionable teenager like myself at the time probably shouldn't have been reading such a dark book, especially at that point in my life. But the main character was going through similar issues that I was. To help cope with her problems, she resorted to cutting. So I tried it. And it worked. I got addicted to cutting. The more I did it, it became almost a ritual for me whenever I got angry or depressed enough. It did make me feel better for a time, then the regret would set in, which would inevitably lead to more cutting.
So it's a never-ending cycle?
Yes. It also happens whenever I get overexcited. It reminds me too much of the behavior I've struggled to avoid for so long. It's a reminder of the life I've tried to leave behind, so it also serves as a sort of punishment system for me.
Yuri, you've tried other methods of coping before, right?
Yes. For the longest time, the only thing that was sometimes enough to keep my mind off cutting was reading books, though it's not foolproof. that changed not too long ago.
How so?
I met you. When we started talking, you reminded me about all the good times I experienced when I was growing up. How happy I was, what it felt like to feel attracted to someone who was nice and cared about how I felt. Of course, with those happy memories, others resurfaced. The ones filled with pain and loss. So sometimes, when I think of you, it's sometimes enough for me to stop myself. Other times, it's what pushes me over the edge to do it. I know that this isn't healthy. I'd do anything to break this hellish cycle. But I just can't. I'm stuck in this loop and I can't escape. Sometimes I even ask myself if I can be helped.
Do you believe that you can be helped, Yuri? Yuri's face fidgets as she tightly grabs her wrist behind her back.
I don't know, Hallie. I just don't want to be locked up like some animal.
Yuri, I don't think you will be. But you have to understand that what you told me is serious. I can't keep this to myself. You have to get professional help. I don't think anyone's going to commit you to an asylum just for that. But you have to trust me on this. You need to go back to the club with me and tell everyone the truth. Please come back with me, Yuri. I'll do everything I can to protect you. There's a long silence before Yuri responds.
I want to trust you, Hallie. But how do I know that I can trust you with what you're saying?
I stopped myself short. Am I ready to say that? Is it too soon?
What? What is it?
If I'm going to sell Yuri on the idea of getting help, it's probably for the best that I'm as honest as possible with her. I take a deep breath as I begin to lay out my thoughts. I mean what I said back there. I like you, I really do. You're always such a deep and interesting person. Honestly, I feel like I've only just begun to get to know you, and I've only liked what I've seen so far. I feel like that we really do have a meaningful connection with each other. I really do. Really do. You're unbelievably gorgeous and incredibly smart. You'd have to be an idiot not to see what an incredible and thoughtful person you are. I know you're a strong person at heart, too. You don't need to continue to fight this battle by yourself. Let us help you, Yuri. We all care about you. I just don't want this to get worse, because if I were to lose you because you went too far, I wouldn't be able to forgive myself. I take in a big breath of air to compose myself. Yuri, on the other hand, nervously fidgets and is staring at the floor. For a few moments, she's completely silent, just simply standing there looking at the floor in total bliss. I think I might have overdone it. Yuri starts to sniffle as I see tears start to surface in her eyes again as she turns to face me. Though these aren't tears of sadness. After a few more sniffles, Yuri finally breaks her silence to me.
Hallie.
Gosh, I didn't think I would record until my 11:30 alarm went off, but here we are. My goodness. Keeps going. Come on. I said I'd finish, and I meant it. What? Before I can say anything else, Yuri full-on embraces me.
I love you, Hallie.
I love you too, Yuri. I'm glad I can finally say it. I help Yuri stand up, but she quickly looks away as she grins uncontrollably from ear to ear. I've never seen her this happy before. After everything that's happened in the last 24 hours or so, it's hard to believe we finally got to this point. It's not over yet, though. Come on, let's go back. Or get back. I hear the door swing open. Maybe it's Natsuki. I think she wanted to go looking for Yuri with me. Hell, probably everyone's looking for us now. How long have we been gone for? It's all right, Natsuki, I found her. I turn around and I'm surprised to see who it is standing at the door. It's not Natsuki. It's not even Yuri. It's...
Monica.
Yuri and I stagger back, surprised at Monika's sudden entrance. I shake off my nerves and speak up. Oh, hey, Monika, I didn't know you were going to look for us.
I was looking for you, Hallie.
She eerily grins at me as she takes a step forward. Monika's words send a chill down my spine. Her creepy grin doesn't help it either. Well, you found me. I found Yuri, too. We can head back to the club room now. I turn to Yuri, who seems just as uncomfortable being alone with Monika as I am.
So you're all squared away, then. You guys are going to finally be a couple, huh?
Yeah, why?
Well, that's too bad. I guess we're going to have to do this the hard way, then.
Yuri and I stare at each other in confusion. The hard way? What are you talking about? Out of nowhere, a thunderstorm rolls up on us. What the hell? Wasn't it sunny just a minute ago? The next thing I know, it's nighttime and all the stuff in this classroom has vanished. Not only that, but we're all standing in different spots. You know, it's kind of weird how Monika just all this completely unnecessary stuff is like... Why does she have to do this? Why? Why any of it?
What is this? What's going on? Where did everything go?
I turn to Monika, who's standing completely still in the middle of the room with her eyes closed. Monika? She doesn't respond. Monika? I say loudly. I reach my hand out to put it on Monika's shoulder. Monika, are you alright? With my hand on Monika's shoulder, she still doesn't respond. Monika! I immediately fall backwards and scurry away from Monika. I look up at Monika to see her eyes glow an emerald green as she stands before us, motionless. Yuri cries out for help as loud as she can.
Scream all you want, everyone say you.
Monika teleports right next to Yuri and tightly grabs her hair. Yuri again yells in pain as she is forced to her knees by Monika's harsh pull. Meanwhile, I find myself at the back of the room, unable to get up or speak. What the hell is going on? What is this? Yuri tries to fight to get Monica off of her, but she too seems to be frozen in place.
I've waited a long time for this.
Without warning, Yuri's body is broken apart into little pieces that repeatedly revolve around themselves in midair. I honestly can't believe what I'm seeing. This can't be real. This has to be another dream. Yuri disappears into nothing, leaving Monica and I alone in the room together again. Only that the room seems to have changed yet again. I am now sitting in a chair facing Monica, who is still staring at me through her glowing eyes. I look out the window to see that it's no longer raining or sunning out, but it looks like space. I look back at Monica, who still maintains her blank stare. I'm getting out of here. I don't know how, but I managed to force myself out of the chair and sprint to the doorway. However, surely enough, the door slams on my face as soon as I get there. What the hell? I go to turn the doorknob, but it's jammed shut. This has to be some kind of joke. I try pushing the door, but it won't budge. What the fuck is going on? I turn around and I see Monica slowly walking towards me. I begin pounding down the door, screaming for them to every time they help me. The closer Monica gets to me, the more lightheaded I become. I can't see straight. My breathing becomes ragged. I feel a swelling pain in my head. I think there's blood in my eyes. I want to go find the alarm light glowing from the place of her eyes. She places the rest outstretched her hand to me. No, stop! Get away from me! Get away! I slowly lose my consciousness and I feel Monica's cold hand grab my throat. I begin to feel the feeling in my body is rushing through my throat. I would vomit, but my stomach feels entirely empty and my throat numb to the point where I can't even tell it's still there. I try to let out a cry for help, but not even a squeak comes out. My lungs are on fire, begging for me to take a breath. I can't even feel my arms and legs. My head is spinning at 1,000,000 miles an hour, and it feels totally well as my vision feels more blood. I'm trying to look at this, anything I can just by myself, and my eyes are going so the I can't feel my arms and legs. They've gone through complete numb, and it's no use. I can't do anything. So this is what it feels like to die. I finally lose consciousness with the last thing I see before everything goes dark. Monica's screaming, green eyes.
I'll see you soon. I just need to run a quick little errand.
I wonder, was that monologue even longer than the one you get by not doing the thing? Let's count. Let's count, dear viewer. We're going to count real quick. Let's see. How many text boxes was it? Before, well, let's see. I'll just count them from after his last line of dialogue, okay? We'll give them that much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, I can't feel my arms and legs is 10. 11, 12. Okay, no, it's actually slightly shorter. As I regain consciousness, I'm going to buy the skip button. Phew. This mod, man. I get why people like it. I do. But it just feels so empty. It's so empty. Alright, explore other options. Yuri. Up. Step in. We're gonna kill her. I guess we're not gonna kill her. Lol, Lamau. I pick Yuri. I want to be in a relationship with Yuri.
Yuri, huh? I always thought of her as a maiden of mystery. But she's a good girl at heart. Quite passionate. You think you can handle her?
I think I can. She's a deep, interesting person. I feel like I haven't even scratched the surface with her, even after all this time.
Well, I can sure assure you she'll never get bored with her, that's for sure.
She'll also need someone to help make sure she doesn't fall into her old habits.
Indeed. It'll take time for her to get over her problem, but if anyone can help her through those trying times, it's you. Well, this is where we depart.
Yep.
But I do want to say I'm extremely good for what I've done.
I don't think this part's any different. I'm gonna try to not skip anything new, but we know this text has been copy-pasted many times. Yep. It's just not meant to be.
I think you and Yuri will be a great couple. I always knew you had feelings for her.
You know me too well. And we'll stay friends, yep. Can help with her depression somehow. Maybe Monica can just turn it off. Natsuki.
So you're going with Yuri, huh? Can't say I'm too surprised. You always did strike me as her type of guy. I hope everything works out between you two.
Thanks, Natsuki. I really appreciate it. She goes on about her stuff, her feelings, whatever. I don't care. We're charming. Not really. We're a dullard. Yep. Final Yuri.
Holly, I'm a little surprised. I can't say I was really expecting you to pick me, even though I was hoping you would.
Yuri, why wouldn't I choose you? I love you, and I want to, god damn it, and I want to be in a relationship with you.
May I inquire as to why?
But, I miss things. You're passionate, sweet, a little reserved and timid, but I like it that way. I've had nothing but rich and wonderful experiences when I'm with you. You're an awesome person, and I'd love to continue to be a part of your life.
Wow. I knew you liked me, but it's just we've had quite an adventure together.
Yeah, it's really been something.
I must confess, for the longest time I wasn't sure if I was really wise up or to open up to you. Such instances of doing that in the past hardly ever worked out for me in the long run, but you've been different. You always listened to what I had to say and showed that you actually cared about me.
It's also because I'm such a charmer.
I'm sure that was a factor. But really, I can't think of too many people that would risk their lives to save me. I always dreamed of falling in love with someone from the realm of fiction. Not too many people have shown their level of genuine interest and empathy for someone like me. A girl who has always tried to stay in the background as much as possible, yet I couldn't escape your notice. I'm incredibly thankful that you're giving me a chance, Ellie.
It's my pleasure, Yuri. So, what are you going to do about,
I think it's finally time that I start confronting this problem rather than suppressing it.
And we're back to the redundant parts where she's like, oh, I'm going to front my cutting her, I guess. Maybe I'm going to write a book to sell to no one because we're like the only people in this universe.
Alright, I'll see you later.
I guess this part was slightly different. Well, hold on. Yeah, I think we've earned some well-deserved rest.
And rest we shall, but I think we've earned an evening to enjoy ourselves. Wouldn't you agree?
That sounds lovely, Yuri. I'd love to take you out someplace nice.
That's fantastic. Shall we go?
You go on ahead. I'll meet you at my place later.
Alright, I'll see you later.
Whoop, I didn't mean to click auto. Stop. Crap. I hate the auto button. Stop. Even though I'm pretty sure this was all completely the same anyway. Yeah. Freaking auto button, dang it. Rip. Yuri says sweetly as she heads out the door. I sink back in a chair as Yuri leaves the club room, taking the newfound silence finally over, and all things the same again. Yes. Good. Then I gotta have it any other way. Yup. Let's smash on through his, the same part that could have been the same across all 5 outcomes, that they did not make the same across 5 outcomes for whatever reason. And then there's one more thing I want to try. Yep. Monica's got to do thing. We don't know how long we have. That's why this is a non-ending. Swear, care about a long hard playlist. Do thank you for your lovers.
Hello, Ellie. You ready to enjoy our evening out?
You know it. I take Yuri's hand as we walk off towards the city to enjoy our evening together. That's it. That's Encore. But there's one more thing I want to try, because we kind of unearthed a secret without realizing it. It wasn't this theme before, was it? Have they had different ending themes for different characters? You know, I don't care. We're still not watching the credits. Whoops, I full screened it. Unfull screen. Close the dang window. We gotta try one more thing before we're done. And I haven't forgotten that I also wanted to do a video showing off the title screen. That'll be the last part. But this part's gonna be, mostly skipping. I might cut it out if nothing substantial comes from it, just in case. The fitness gram pacer what? I don't care. But anyway, we noticed whenever we tried to do a full betrayal route of Sayori and we couldn't do it with Yuri, well, first of all, that we can do it with Natsuki, and also that it's possible to get a different exclusive. Well, we got a different exclusive with Yuri because of how we did that. So let's see. We did accept Yuri's confession. If we pick Yuri for the weekend, I think this will make Natsuki's first exclusive be different, and then we can commit to a Natsuki route to screw over Sayori. That's what I'm thinking. And if it's all just skipping, this will be the last you hear of me until the title screen thing comes out. Yep.